Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Exploring Nollywood podcast. I'm your host, Beanie, and part of our ongoing acting series, I have a young lady here to interview to talk to us about Nollywood and about herself. Okay, so Catherine, could you introduce yourself? Just give us like a little introduction into you and what you're interested in and your history with Nollywood.
Name is Catherine Badi. I'm 20 years. I go to the University of Benin, Nigeria, studying theater arts, and I'm in my final. So I got into theater arts because I found writing and dancing and acting fun, and I wanted to pursue that as my career.
So are you
And
hoping
it
to go into Nollywood or do you have other type of like interest in industries?
Yeah, I'm going deeply into screenwriting.
Hmm.
Yes. So I'm taking tips from some individuals on stage 32. Do you know that? Stage
No.
32. Okay. I use that to get help from my for my new screenplay because it's very, very difficult.
Hmm.
Yes, as a new writer, yes. Mm.
So what has been your experience of Nollywood? What does Nollywood mean to you?
Okay, let me start from when first got introduced to like Nigerian movies.
Mm.
First, I found Nigerian movies interesting. Their village movies have this impact on the person watching it. I find village movies more interesting than their
Mm.
city movies. Okay, now that I have grown and I've gotten into theater arts, and I see their city movies more interesting than their village movies. Problem I find in Nollywood movies is their titles.
Okay.
Yes, they don't have the title. They don't have killer titles like the way some people will put it. Killer titles that will make the viewers want to watch it. Like there's this movie I found on Iroko TV,
Yeah.
Adama My Love. That when I watched that movie, it had nothing to do with love. Just it was just someone who witnessed her father die. Then she was trying
Mm.
to get her memory back because she had lost it. She was trying to get her memory back with the help of someone. So it had nothing to do with my love at all. But there are few movies that have manageable titles like The Wedding Party, actually about a wedding.
We'll get into that later on because it sounds like this is a subject that's very close to you. But
Okay.
what I wanted to ask is what was like your childhood experience of Nollywood? Because the thing is, I think this is the first time on the podcast that I've had someone that is in Nigeria. Usually, when I
Okay.
speak to people emigrated from Nigeria, and Nollywood sort of seems like a way for them to hold on to their past and that they
Okay.
know. So, what was the first time you experienced Nollywood?
When I was little
Mm.
was when I was little when my auntie, when she comes from abroad, she will buy tons of Nigerian movies. Then she'll slot them in as DVD and we'll start watching it. Then I got interest, like as a child, you want to
Mm.
know what she's watching. Why should we buy tons of Nigerian movies when most of the time we watch Hollywood
Hollywood
movies and
movie.
cartoons? So that's how I got interested because there's something that Nollywood movies have. It relates more to the society. Like
Okay.
there's this book I read, Cross Current. Their stories actually portray what is going on in our present society. Hollywood, yes, Hollywood does that in a very unique way. They have more of fairy tales and fantasy, but the way Nigeria does it, as the characters are real. They don't make the characters speak all English. They include this pidgin English. They
Mm.
include languages. It makes us the viewer more interested in the story.
That's really insightful. As you said, you want to go into screenplay writing.
Yes, screenwriting.
So,
Yes.
how did you take that fascination with like Nollywood and the way it portrays people? How did you take that?
It made me to be able to relate surroundings, like my surrounding. I got into screenwriting because I want to tell my own stories. Yes, there are some stories like Okay, let me put this scenario. Many movies portray women as the weaker
Gender.
gender, and you see many movies portraying this thing, the girl gets locked up, the girl gets raped. What about the guys? Nobody, like, yes, there might be some movies about guys getting maltreated, but it's just 1%. They want 1%. That is why the story I'm working on now, I'm trying to make the male character the lead, and I'm going to put him into a situation where a female character is supposed to be.
Oh, that's interesting.
And yes, I want to portray it. I want to give it a twist. Like, I want the males to have their own story. Let them people see that the male gender can also get affected by rape, sexual harassment, those kind of stuff.
That's fascinating. So I guess you saw that there was this part of Nollywood that isn't, because about 2 episodes ago we're talking about how most male actors don't have a lot of diversity as to the roles that they play. It's either you're the prince, or you're the ritualist, or you're the rich guy.
Yes, exactly.
So I guess you saw this situation, like in where that there's very little diversity for male roles, male acting, male challenges on the screen, and you thought this is something that needs to be told. So what do you say to the opinion that Nollywood is watched by, therefore as women, aren't we more interested in seeing people like us go through things? Aren't we more interested in seeing what we're doing than in what the males are doing?
Okay. The first time I created this my log line, I was making the female character the main lead. But a woman told me that, why don't I give it a twist? That why don't a guy, the protagonist in the story? So as a woman, she felt that she got tired of seeing so many women getting maltreated, all those kind of things. That's what I think. I think there will be a percentage of women who will want to see a change.
That's a very good response. So, let me just get right into it. Let's start from the beginning. What makes a good Nollywood film for you?
I would say the acting. Because if a character acts badly, I don't know about other people, but if a character acts badly, it takes me away from the story. I will just be saying, that character, that actor cannot act. I'll start discussing with my fellow friends that the actor cannot act. So if everybody acts properly in the movie, people will not be taken away from the storyline, if you understand what I mean.
The immersion in the storyline is not broken. So what makes a bad Nollywood movie?
The special effects and the poor sound quality.
The poor sound design.
And I see that in many African magic movies.
I think most Nollywood movies have that problem.
Yes.
But as you said, so acting makes a good movie. So what to you looks like good acting?
Okay,
oh no, sorry. Let me rephrase that. What looks like good
the-
acting to you? That was a very awkwardly grammatical sentence.
What makes a good actor? The ability for him or her to interpret the script. Before you can a role, you have to immerse yourself in the character. Because characters and roles, they are different. Roles, yes, I am the king. But character, you must immerse yourself into the situation of the character to be able to portray the right emotions at a particular time. My teacher created a scenario for me, for my class, that a girl wanted to act, and she was acting a role of someone who has lost her mother. On stage, she got a call. Like, before she got on stage, she got a call that her mother had died. So she got up on stage and she was able to immerse herself into that character. She was able to portray the emotions that someone who has lost their mother would feel. Yeah. So what also makes a good actor is the ability to think back, to have the ability for him to put the things that have happened to him before, to be able to put them into a particular scenario so that he or she can act very well. Like the crying scene now. If you remember something in the past, maybe your father died, your uncle died, you will know how it feels to lose someone.
That's, what I'm finding, and I think this has been a surprise to me, because when I ask people what makes a good actor, lots of people say the same thing. The ability to immerse yourself in that character. And I don't know, I find that quite interesting because I think
Okay.
previously I wouldn't have thought that to be as important. So let's go to the opposite. What makes a bad actor to you?
Oh, this is really hard. The ability to try to be someone that he's not.
Could you explain that further?
Okay, I see this in
Mm,
Nollywood movies. Okay, there's a like here we call it
mm.
forming. You understand? Forming. You are forming
Yeah.
English. You can't you will say like the way you're talking now, the way you're speaking now, the way I'm speaking now, they're totally different.
Oh,
The
okay.
accents. Yes. So many Nollywood movies characters try to form an accent they don't have, which kills everybody will know that this person is forming. You see, if you watch any movie with a Nigerian, they'll tell you, this
Mm.
man is forming, he's forming. And people get irritated by such
And for
characters.
you, that breaks the link between the actor
Yes,
and the
that's
character.
one of the character
That's
exactly.
that's interesting. Okay, let's get a bit more personal. Who is your
Okay.
favorite actor, male actor,
Ah, fish.
and
Male
why?
actor. I don't really have favorite male actor. It's film I
Just
know.
mention any name. You don't have to mention
Okay.
one. You can mention all.
Oh, hey, what is his name again? He acts as king in all these movies. Hey, oh, I forgot his name. He has beards and acts as king
Peter
in many
Doce.
movies. Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
Peter Juche.
so why do you like Peter Doce?
Yes.
Because he's been acting for a long while, and I don't think most people would
Yeah.
class. Obviously, he has a lot of experience, but I don't find that most people class him as a favorite actor. So why do you?
Why I like him?
Mm,
Initially, movies make you like an
yes.
actor. I like the way he portrays the role
Okay.
of the king. Because there's a movie I watched, there are some, like my teacher will say, there are some people who can carry themselves in a particular role. And he carries himself as a king. Like once you see him, you know that okay, this person is a
Oh,
king, not someone who doesn't look like a king. I feel that he portrays his
he
character
has
very
that
well.
gravitas,
Yes, it has the
the
ginger.
ginger. I would agree. So who is your favorite actress? Oh,
Patience
okay.
Ozoko. Yeah, I like her because just like Peter Doce, she knows how to act her characters her role very well. It's like she really immerses herself into the role she's
Hmm.
playing. Someone once told me that someone had told her that someone saw Patience
Yeah.
Ozoko on the road. Is not that wicked woman. You see, people know that Patience Ozoko is a wicked woman in
Yes.
almost all her movies. Like Alice, my first lady,
Mhm.
she's actually wicked. But I know there are some movies where she's not actually wicked, like Mama G in America.
There
She's
is
not
there is a movie,
not
and I will never forget this movie. It's called Tears of Azuka, where she actually is the one suffering, and that movie brought me to tears multiple times. Like that woman can act.
I'm telling you, she's good. She's good
Okay.
because I can't think of anyone who will compete with her in being a good actress in Nollywood. I can't think of anybody.
No, that's good to hear. Again, most of the people I speak to are not in Nigeria, and we always talk about new
Okay.
Nollywood, old Nollywood. You've said obviously that you prefer village movies compared to the city one.
Yes,
But
when I
what do
was
you think
little.
about this
Yeah.
new crop of Nollywood movies, which are more sophisticated, ones that are on Iroko, ones that are on Netflix, ones that are in cinemas? So
Netflix.
this like more deliberate, better made, well produced
Oh,
movies.
yes. I feel that
Mm.
Nollywood has grown. Nollywood has grown because, like I said, when I was little, I hated the city movies. I could not watch them. But now I feel that they get not only is the sound
Mm.
effect nice. Secondly, they have good actors, which is another element for creating a good
Okay.
movie. Then you have better storyline, not shabby storyline, and good killer titles like I said,
Mm.
Wedding Party. This title is giving us what the movie is about, and I feel titles draw audience. Like if you see, I'm sure some Hollywood movies have actually drawn
Of
you because of their
course.
titles. Like you see, The
Mm.
Grudge, they draw you to the movies.
It's fascinating to say on new Nollywood. So you're quite a fan of this like new Nollywood type thing.
Yes, I prefer the new
Oh,
Nollywood. I can't even watch
oh
village
wow.
movies again.
Is it that deep?
Yes, I can't watch them again. They feel too
Oh,
elementary for
okay.
me.
That's interesting. Do you have a favorite film?
Favorite film, favorite. I don't have a favorite name. Like I don't have a favorite film. I just like what I
Just like
watch.
what you watch.
Just choose a movie, watch it. I like it.
Fair,
Okay.
fair dues, fair dues. Okay. Before I let you go, if you listen to the podcast,
Okay.
I usually play a game with my guests called Build Your Own Nollywood Movie. And I know that,
Okay.
I mean, most of the people I'm speaking to, they're literally doing it in their life. They're literally building their own Nollywood movie, but this is just like a game. So if you were to build your own Nollywood
Okay.
movie, who would be the main actor?
Patience is
Okay. Okay. Who would be
Yeah.
the male lead? Who would be the second main character?
The second main character. I'll say Banky
Okay.
W.
Okay. Who would be your villain?
My
Your
villain.
antagonist.
My villain. Okay. Peter
Okay.
Ducci. He has this voice.
Okay.
Yes.
And where does it take place?
It takes place in
In
the
in the
city.
city.
The city.
What is the good thing about your
Yeah.
movie? What is the thing that people see your movie will rave about? What is the
What do you
good
say?
thing about your movie? What are the things that people say, oh, this was really good about this movie?
Because it's going to talk about how a character oh, okay, what they call it? Okay, character
Okay.
arc. You know, character arc. Character from one point
Character
actually transforms.
development.
Yes, they go throughout the story. So it's going to be about family, and I know that there are many broken families in this world. So broken family, definitely in a broken family you have a main character who will follow through their point of view. So this movie is going to be about a broken family, and I'm going to give it a twist.
Okay.
You understand? Because yeah, I know many, like I don't know whether you know this guy, Blake
Okay.
Snyder. He wrote in his book "Save the Cat," the genres of a movie. And if you look at, he called some golden fleece and different names you've not heard before. And if you read the description of the genres, you find out that almost every movie you watch, in fact, everything fits into this genre. So says, give me the same thing, only different. So I'm going to give them a story of a broken family, but I'm going to do it in a different way. So they are going to the audience will like the story, will talk about it because it's going to be given to them in a different way.
Okay. What is the bad thing about your movie?
Bad thing.
Because no movie is perfect.
Bad thing. Should I say because not every family is broken? Most people won't watch it.
So your movie is going to be very niche. Only certain people.
Yeah.
It's only made for a few people.
Yes.
Oh well, there are movies like that, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I know.
So, do you have anything else to add before I let you go? Because we are running out of time.
No, what I would just say is that I feel Nollywood will be better. Number one, if they create stories, if they work on their sound effects, because some African magic movies have wonderful storylines. What kills them is a sound effect and poor actors. So I would say Nollywood will be better. Yes, those movies will be better if they work on the sound effect, work on the actors, and work on the cinematography as a whole. Yes,
Thank you,
thank you.
Catherine, for chatting with me. This was a lot of fun. We've learned a lot.
Yeah.
And so thank
Thank
you.
you.
And hopefully we might get you back in for future. Thank
Yeah.
you for listening to this episode of the Exploring Nollywood podcast. I've been with Catherine, and I will see you in the next episode about Nollywood reviewing. All right. Bye, guys.